Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming out tonight to the GCU Awards ceremony. I'm Julie Johnson, and as the founder of the Children's Advocate Association here on campus, tonight it is my honor and privilege to present the very first Children's Advocate Award to none other than Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton. Now, the Children's Advocate Award is presented to individuals who educate the mass public on the day-to-day issues that children in America face. These issues are things such as hunger, poverty, and homelessness. In addition to educating the public on these pressing issues, they must also educate the public on potential solutions for these issues and impact over 100,000 people. Not only did Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton educate the mass public of orphan children during her time, but she also helped found and run the very first private orphanage in New York in 1806. Now, for those of you who don't know, Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton is most famously known as being Alexander Hamilton's wife, and the daughter of Philip Schuyler, a decorated war veteran. The impact she left on the world and the legacy she left behind, however, is all her own. Even though she was born into a wealthy family, she is always recognized by her peers for her wit and compassion. In fact, many speculate that her deep compassion for orphan children comes from the fact that her husband, Alexander, was an orphan himself. In fact, Elizabeth and Alexander took in and raised an orphan little girl for 10 years, in addition to raising their 7 other children. Another thing that stands out about Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton is that she remains inspired and motivated, even in the face of difficult times and tragedy. In 1801, Elizabeth lost her youngest sister and her oldest son in the same year. 3 short years later, she lost her husband and her father. Instead of being paralyzed in the face of grief, she remained determined and motivated to being the best mother she possibly could be and to founding and running her orphanage. Eliza's legacy lives on through her orphanage, which is still around today. It is now known as the Graham Windham and helps over 4,500 children every year. Not only did Eliza and her orphanage provide these unfortunate children with shelter, food, and clothes, but she provided each child with a good education and a specialized skill so that they could later provide for themselves down the road. Graham Windham follows Eliza's example by providing the children of New York with foster care, adoption options, a foster care prevention program, family strengthening programs, mental and behavioral health services, educational programs, after-school care, and youth development programs. It's clear that Eliza not only educated the public on the many issues orphan children face, but she created solutions to these issues and set great things into motion to change thousands of children's lives for the better. Eliza's dedication and compassion created a legacy that lives on today through her orphanage. Not only has she helped improve the streets of New York, but her work has helped thousands of children make something of themselves, and thousands of families stick together through hard times. Now, without further ado, it is a great privilege and honor to present the Child's Advocate Award to Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton. Thank you all for your time.